What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games. And today's video, I want to talk about some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because there was even more details I did not cover in my original video, and we're going to go over those brand new details today. And we're going to talk about some Riddler Coo content, his past leaks, his current leaks, and what we can expect from that, and some other great fun stuff. And of course, if you enjoy this type of content, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit that 7,000 subscriber count. So let's just dive right into the box art here. Oh, and I gotta say this is probably my favorite Pokemon box art of all time. I think Scarlet and Violet box art is incredible. Both legendaries are grade A. They're actually S tier. They're straight up S tier. My favorite part about these legendary Pokemon is that they are connected to the open world nature of Scarlet and Violet. We can see Koraidon here with a motorcycle wheel in its chest. It has a handlebar on its head essentially, and Miraidon has a big Tesla coil chest. Also, you can essentially see handlebars coming off his head as well, and it has big jet legs. Essentially, both of these Pokemon are going to be rideable, and they seem to be how we're going to be flying around the open world, maybe towards the end game or post game, or maybe throughout the game, we're going to be able to use them, but we're not going to be able to catch them until maybe later in the game. It's just a very interesting thing, and we'll go into more about it later. But I do want to talk about how it does look like the Arco bike and the Mach bike. I mean, we got the sort of the red and blue theme going on here, which is very interesting overall. And Riddler Coo did leak this correctly before. He leaked an image of all of these legendary Pokemon being ridden by the trainer, and then he put this dog that had wheels. And guess what? The legendary Pokemon have wheels on them or even in them. So Riddler Coo is definitely right. He nailed the legendary leak, and that is pretty awesome overall. And he also leaked this regarding the legendary Pokemon. And the most important part of this image that he leaked back in March is over here, where he pretty much leaks the types. So the colors here, if you play Pokemon Masters, we got Dragon up here, right? And it's the same color blue, so we know this is a dragon color item. And then we got a fighting item and we got an electric item. Well, when you look at the Pokemon here, you can see, well, they're both dragon. I can believe that. And we got dragon fighting and dragon electric. I mean, Miraidon being dragon electric is, I think, the easiest thing ever. And I can believe dragon fighting. It definitely fits the motif of a dragon fighting type. So I totally believe that as well. And then he tweeted this as well. They may look different on the box because they both have text translated in Chinese. You've just seen one. So he's saying we're only seeing one form of the legendary Pokemon, which sort of makes me believe, well, we're going to be able to travel on these Pokemon and they're going to transform different forms. And this guy translated to Chinese, and a bunch of other people said the same thing. It says 5 forms. So there's going to be 5 forms of this Pokemon. Well, including the box form, that's one form right there. So we have 4 other forms. And I'm assuming one is going to be a bike, one is going to be flying for sure, one is going to be surfing, and then maybe one is going to be like rock climbing or something like that. I'm just trying to think of Legends of Arceus, and I'm sure they're going to have some of those ride type Pokemon, but instead of having it spread out through multiple Pokemon, it's going to be an all-in-one Pokemon, which will be the legendary Pokemon. Very interested in seeing how that's going to happen. And I'm also convinced that they are bikes because the Pokemon centers literally look like gas stations. It looks like you can just drive up to these Pokemon centers and refuel them. I mean, I'm sure they don't need fuel, but you know, it's going to have like a mart, it's going to have the ability to heal your Pokemon, but they do really look like gas stations. So that is definitely done on purpose. And you can see it here again, once again, looking like gas stations. So I'm pretty sure all of that's going to be correct, and we're going to see more in the future from official sources soon, but hey, I'm pretty sure that's where we're going with it. Not only do we have gas stations, it looks like we have racing flags too, but the important thing here is, one, is this going to denote like gyms, or are we going to come next to a gym and maybe, you know, maybe like Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds or something? But the important thing here is, outside of the racing flags, this symbol actually appears in the first trailer. It appears all the way in the back, and we don't know what this symbol means, what this star means. Maybe this is the Pokemon League symbol. Maybe this is the symbol for all of the gym leaders, like the circuit that they're in. Next up, Riddler Coo tweeted about the final types of these starting Pokemon. So Spriggerito is going to be Grass Dark. Fuecoco is going to be Fire Ghost, and Quaxley is going to be Water Fighting. And he hasn't been wrong yet, so I fully believe this. I mean, Fuecoco being Fire Ghost, it seems really believable to me. But we actually got some interesting new information on the Pokemon Scarlet website. So when we look at the new Quaxley information here, we can see that it has strong legs and is able to swim without difficulty, even in places of strong currents. In battle, it kicks his opponent swiftly and repeatedly. So we're going to be thinking about Quaxley being a water fighting type that is going to be all about its legs. So I'm really thinking like a really buff bird with some big legs. Maybe it could be something like a stork, maybe like a pirate stork or something like that. Maybe it could be an ostrich or a secretary bird. I don't know. That's just a lot of interesting theory crafting. I would love to see if someone would make art of a water fighting Quaxley with the focus on its really buff legs. We'll see. I mean, also the feet are blue and very noticeable. So we're going to see maybe some massive, thick blue legs here. Fuecoco also had a really interesting sentence added to its profile. Flickering on top of Fuecoco's head is fire energy that is leaking out from the inside the Pokemon's body. When Fuecoco gets excited, its head spouts with more flames. So I think the term leaking is really interesting here. I'm wondering if it can't control the fire anymore and it just continues to leak out of it. I mean, if it becomes a fire ghost like Coo says, maybe this gets a little bit more gruesome and spooky as its body is shedding itself and it just becomes more of this fire monster. We'll have to wait and see, but that sounds a little bit more sinister. And I mean, hey, sinister goes well with fire ghosts. And then Sprigarito had some information as well. Nothing too crazy overall. When Sprigarito kneads and rubs with its forepaws, a sweet aroma is released that can mesmerize those around it. This aroma has therapeutic qualities, can make opponents lose their will to battle. It becomes a grass dark type. I'm not really getting anything from either of these sentences over here, but I do think it's funny that the grass cat makes the opponents lose their their will to battle, similar to like, you know, it's like a weed cat or something like that. So I think that's really funny. But yeah, no real hints of where this Pokemon can go if it does become a grass dark Pokemon, but that's very interesting. Now to everyone's favorite Pokemon, Lechonk. Lechonk was leaked actually by Riddler Coo the day before. He posted this image. Would look good if it were white. We had no idea. We thought this was going to be a regional Grumpig or something. Well, we see Lechonk. Lechonk is brown and black. Pretty much the exact same thing as this pig, which is actually an Iberian pig, a pig that is native to the Iberian Peninsula, which is where this game is taking place. So we know that Lechonk will now evolve into a sort of waifu pig. And it's very interesting to see. And another thing that backs up this theory is the Lechonk in the trailer is a female. So that's another thing. And like I said, he released his image before. And then he tweets this. Prepare eyeshadow and mascara when it evolves, guys. So this thing is getting eyeshadow and mascara, going back to this image here. We're gonna see it. This pig is gonna become sexy. I'm sorry, it's gonna be Miss Piggy from the Muppets. It's happening. While making this video, Riddler Coo actually sent out a new tweet, which this is pretty important, especially for the previous section. We're here right now. I mean, you want to climb up a pig? Come on, thirsty bees. And don't be greedy, be patient. So he's pretty much saying he tweeted about this poll a few weeks ago, and this is how we got information on the final forms of the Gen 9 starters, right? And then the second most highest was RF is short for blank, and we don't know what RF is short for. We all assume regional form, but he did not confirm that, and he's also saying the F is more important than the R. And then he has this picture of a Diglett that is water ground, and he said this is pretty close. So we don't know what is happening here, but we're going to stay tuned on that. The important thing relating to the Lechonk section before was the Gen 9 Waifumon, which is still blanked as a question mark. So pretty much he's saying Lechonk is not the Gen 9 Waifumon, but it does not negate his previous tweet about Lechonk getting mascara and getting pretty. But it's not the Waifumon. So, hey, if you didn't want a sexy pig, there you go. Or it's not going to be sexy. I don't think now it's going to be sexy, but I do think it's going to be very similar to a Pokemon like Jinx or Brockfish, where it's not sexy. It's going to be more like an ugly makeup full Pokemon. You know, it's going to have like lipstick, mascara, it's going to be all dressed up, but it's not going to be pretty at all. So I'm really thinking Brockfish or Jinx is probably the best way to go, and it's not going to be like a Salazzle type of Pokemon where a female only evolves into, you know, the sexy version of the Pokemon. However, that still means there is still a Gen 9 waifu mon we do not know about, and there's a Gen 9 object mon, which I assume is something similar to like a Magnemite or a Rotom, some Pokemon that is, you know, a piece of technology or a rock or whatever that comes to life. So there's a lot to see in the future from Riddler Coo. I just wanted to clear that out before this went live. And some other cool information. Venonat is back into the Pokedex. It's the first time that Venonat's been in the regional Pokedex since Johto, so that's really cool to see. And it was also really cool to see Larvitar and Bagon being confirmed for the game as well, and they're probably going to be version exclusives. If you don't remember, the pre-order bonus, I believe, for Sword and Shield was you get an exclusive, was it Axew and Dino, and then you would have to trade to get the other one. I think Larvitar and Bagon could be a pre-order bonus. We shall see. They're definitely going to be version exclusives, though. There's no way they're in the same game at all. And then lastly, Riddler Coo did leak the decks a little bit, but he is saying that this document right here is ever changing. But we do have a list of Pokemon we have seen so far, and pretty much Pokemon that are in the red here are not confirmed, but we have seen like a statue of Dratini, so we're just assuming the whole line is in the game, but we'll have to see. So like Quillfish, we don't know, but hey, maybe we saw him on the Pokemart. But there's a lot of cool Pokemon here, like Salamence, Altaria lines are really great. I mean, I'm a big fan of, honestly, Venomoth coming back and Magneton being here. Gengar, Cloyster, phenomenal as well. I mean, we got Hisuian, Zoroark, and we're going to have to assume all the Hisuian Pokemon are going to be coming here. So, I mean, this Dex is going to look pretty good overall. I'm very excited for this regional Dex. Most importantly, a lot of Gen 6 Pokemon that were not in Sword and Shield are coming back. So we got good old Talonflame, good old Florges, good old Klotzer. Love to see that. Same with Generation 7 Pokemon. Like Lurantis is back, Serena is here, and Toxapex. And a lot of Generation 8 Pokemon as well. Love to see Colossal. Love to see Appleton for sure. So guys, that is all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment below on what Pokemon do you want to see the most come to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. What is your favorite Pokemon to bring in? Personally, you know, I really hope I get to see Greninja make a comeback. That would be phenomenal. Anyways, guys, peace out and have a great one.